Have you ever noticed something weird? The mistakes you remember the most are usually the moments that changed you the most. Nobody remembers the day everything went perfectly, but one embarrassing mistake, one failure, one terrible decision at 2 a.m., yeah, your brain saves that forever. And honestly, that might actually be a good thing, because your last mistake could become your best teacher if you stop running away from it. Most people treat mistakes like crime scenes. They hide them, ignore them, pretend they never happened. Like when you confidently send a message to your friend, but accidentally send it to your crush instead. Suddenly, your soul leaves your body. You stare at the screen like, maybe if I throw my phone into the ocean, life will reset. But the truth is, mistakes hurt because they expose reality, and reality teaches faster than motivation ever will. You can watch motivational videos all day, read self-help books, write goals in fancy notebooks. But one real mistake? That thing teaches you in HD quality, because pain grabs attention. If you touch a hot pan once, you don't need a second motivational speech about why fire is dangerous. Lesson learned, immediately. That's exactly how life works. The real problem is not making mistakes. The real problem is repeating the same mistake while pretending you're still figuring things out. Sometimes life keeps teaching the same lesson until your ego finally sits down and listens. And honestly, ego is expensive. A lot of people fail once and instantly decide, I'm not talented, I'm unlucky, maybe this just isn't for me. But successful people ask a different question. What is this trying to teach me? And that question changes everything, because every mistake contains information. Maybe your last mistake taught you trust people too quickly, you quit too early, you waste too much time scrolling, you keep waiting for motivation instead of building discipline, you keep saying tomorrow like tomorrow signed a contract with you. Life teaches through consequences, not lectures. That's why some of the smartest people are not the ones with perfect lives. They're the ones who failed hard and paid attention afterward. And let's be honest, some lessons only enter the brain after life punches you directly in the face. You can warn someone about procrastination forever, but the moment they lose an opportunity because they delayed everything, boom, instant character development. Pain is memorable. And weirdly enough, your biggest embarrassment today might become your funniest story later. Remember when you used to trip in public as a kid, then instantly look around like, did anybody see that? Bro, you fell in 4K. Everybody saw it, but you survived. That's the important part. Humans are stronger than they think.
We act like mistakes destroy us. Most of the time, they just redirect us. Sometimes failure saves you from becoming lazy. Sometimes rejection protects your future. Sometimes losing something teaches you how much you took it for granted. And sometimes your worst moment becomes the beginning of your best mindset. But only if you reflect instead of react. Because there are two types of people after failure. The first type says, this proves I can't do it. The second type says, this is feedback. And feedback is powerful. Imagine failing an interview because you were underprepared. That failure teaches more than 20 confidence videos ever could. Now suddenly you understand preparation, timing, pressure, weaknesses. Now the mistake becomes useful. That's how growth works. Your mistake is only wasted if you learn nothing from it. And honestly, some people are so scared of mistakes, they stop trying completely. They want confidence without embarrassment, success without failure, growth without discomfort. That's not life, that's fantasy. Every upgrade in life costs something, usually discomfort. Even babies learn by failing. Imagine if babies had adult mindsets. One fall and they'd be like, walking just isn't for me. Humanity would collapse immediately. That's why overthinking keeps so many people stuck. They become so afraid of making mistakes that they never give themselves the chance to grow. But confidence does not come before action. It comes after surviving action. That's important. The people you admire have embarrassed themselves more times than you realize. Every creator posted bad content. Every speaker sounded awkward once. Every successful person looked clueless at some point. Nobody skips that stage. And honestly, life becomes easier when you stop trying to look perfect. Perfect people are exhausting. Real people are relatable. Your mistakes make you human. The key is to stop turning one mistake into your entire identity. Failing once doesn't make you a failure. Getting rejected doesn't make you worthless. Making a bad decision doesn't ruin your future. It just means you're learning, and learning is messy. That's why your last mistake matters so much, not because it hurt you, but because it revealed something. Maybe weakness, maybe a toxic habit, maybe wasted potential. Good, now you can fix it. Awareness is powerful. A lot of people live on autopilot, same habits, same excuses, same problems. But mistakes interrupt autopilot. They force reflection, and reflection creates change. So instead of asking, why did this happen to me, try asking, what is this trying to teach me? Because your best teacher probably won't be a motivational quote. It'll be that painful moment you never want to repeat again. And maybe that's okay. Maybe growth was never supposed to feel comfortable. Maybe mistakes were never proof that you're broken. Maybe they were proof that you're trying. So stop replaying old embarrassment like it's a life sentence. One bad moment does not define your entire story. Your last mistake is not the end. It's a lesson. And if you learn from it properly, it might become the reason your future self becomes stronger, smarter, calmer, and better than ever before. Because sometimes your best teacher is not success. It's the mistake you promised yourself you'd never make again.